రైట్. సో మనం ఈ రోజు నుంచి ఇలస్ట్రేటర్, అడోబ్ ఇలస్ట్రేటర్ గురించి చెప్పుకుందాం. అడోబ్ ఇలస్ట్రేటర్ కూడా ఏంటంటే అడోబ్ ఫ్యామిలీ నుంచే వచ్చిన సాఫ్ట్వేర్ అనమాట ఇది, రైట్. సో దీని గురించి ముందు కొంత ఇన్ఫర్మేషన్, అంటే ఫోటోషాప్కి దీనికి డిఫరెన్స్ ఏంటన్నది ఒకసారి చెక్ చేద్దాం. చూడండి, సో మనం డిఫరెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ ఫోటోషాప్ అండ్ ఇలస్ట్రేటర్. సో ఫోటోషాప్ని మనం రాస్టర్ ప్రోగ్రామ్ లేదా రాస్టర్ సాఫ్ట్వేర్ అని ఇంతకుముందు మీకు చెప్పాను, అది క్లాస్ స్టార్ట్ అయినప్పుడు. సో రాస్టర్ అంటే ఏంటి చెప్పండి ఎవరైనా? రాస్టర్ అని మనం దేన్ని అంటాం? కనబడుతుందా నాది? రాస్టర్ అంటే ఏంటంటే ఇలా మనం పిక్సలేట్ అవుతుంది. ఫోటోషాప్లో మనం ఏదైనా డిజైన్ చేసిన తర్వాత దాని యాక్చువల్ సైజ్ కంటే మనం దాన్ని ఎక్కువ చేసి చూస్తే అదేమవుతుందంటే ఇలాగ డాట్స్ కింద విడిపోతుంది అనమాట. సో దాన్ని రాస్టర్ అవడం అంటారు. ఎవరు వచ్చారు? ఎస్, సో రైట్. సో someone, she also joined, so because of someone, Shiva Shankar, right. So we have 3, 3, 6, 7. So right, so first let us check about difference between Photoshop and Illustrator. So before using our Illustrator software, first let us check the difference between these two, right. So Photoshop is a raster based program. You have an idea about a raster. So raster means what? When you zoom, enlarge your picture actual more than that actual size, it shows some pixelation, right? So that is called raster. And vector means what? Mathematically defined by lines, right, with the graphic shapes and all. You can create even a small portion, small image, a small shape, and you can enlarge more than that size, right? So it cannot pixelate like Photoshop. That is called what? Vector. So let us check two fabulous programs utilized strongly by artists or Adobe Photoshop and Illustrator. These two programs have a lot in common, but their differences are bigger than their similarities. Sorry, Photoshop is based on pixels, while Illustrator works using vectors, right? Suppose this is our Photoshop program. So Photoshop is a raster based and uses pixels to create images. We know that very well, right? So Photoshop is designed for editing and creating photos or raster based art. Generally, mostly we use Photoshop for image editing. That is the main motto of the Photoshop program, right? For editing and color correction we use. Of course designs also we create, but more than that, for editing and color correction we use. When the program was developed, it was for photographers. Check it, right? For photographers first they actually developed, but over time the program has grown to help all kinds of artists to do many different kind of works. Now Photoshop is known to create interface designs, web pages, banner ads, video graphics, and the original use of editing and creating images for print, right? So interface design, mostly we use Photoshop in web designing and graphic designing, right? And banner ads, video graphics, and creating images for print, right? So Photoshop is known to be able to do so much and be so easy to learn that it is looked at as a one-stop shop. But Photoshop is not the best program for all types of artwork and design, right? So understand this. So that is the reason apart from Photoshop we use other softwares. So that is Illustrator, Adobe Illustrator. So Illustrator works of vectors. These are points used to create perfectly smooth lines, right? This program is for creating and editing vector based work such as graphics, logos, and other design elements. So vectors are scalable images that can be sized as small or as large or you need them to be, right? You can enlarge, that means what? You can enlarge and reduce their sizes, even though you will get the same size because it is a vector program. So but look the same when it comes to clarity and resolution, so it maintains the same. Illustrator is not ideal for creating multi-page documents, and using the program this way would create some drawbacks, right? So Illustrator doesn't have a way to set up master pages the way that InDesign does. So what is InDesign? InDesign is so other program from Adobe company, right? So InDesign we use in graphic design. Suppose there we create multiple pages, unlimited pages we create, and mostly we use InDesign in publication industry, right? So this is a necessary tool when you are building documents that use templates. So Illustrator also doesn't allow you to automate page numbers. Yes, you cannot give page numbers automatically, but in InDesign we can create this. This is another feature in InDesign supports, which can be especially useful when dealing with the larger documents, right? And Photoshop is a bad program to use when creating logos. See this, you can underline this. That means what? You cannot create your logos in Photoshop. For time being we created, but when you create in Photoshop, this is we can suppose in the same size of document when you print, so it gives the same kind of resolution, but when you want to enlarge that into any size, like big size on hoarding or in any banner size, you lost the quality, right? It shows the pixelation. So that is the reason we use another program like Illustrator or CorelDRAW. So it will do nothing but cost you time and money. See, so waste of your money and time. So creating a logo in Photoshop cannot be enlarged or manipulated in the same manner that an Illustrator based logo can, right? So type will print the clearest at a vector based rendering. So that means what? The type settings we use text, right? More than your Photoshop. In Illustrator when you use the types and text, so it give more crispy and clarity, right? So that can be vector based rendering. The Adobe Creative Cloud package has many different programs to create different art in separate practices. You know that suppose Adobe InDesign, or otherwise Adobe Premiere Pro, Adobe After Effects for visual effects, and Premiere Pro we use for audio video editing, and InDesign for publication work. So Adobe, they developed separate programs for separate purpose. So do I need Illustrator if I have Photoshop? It all depends on your creative objectives, right? If you want to create illustrations, so because some people they ask, what sir, already I'm having Photoshop software, so apart from Photoshop can I learn this Illustrator? Yes, definitely, because the both programs have some differences, right? So if you want to create illustrations, then yes, you would need to get Adobe Illustrator. This software works with the vectors as opposed to Photoshop that work with the raster files. So these are the difference. So that is the reason you have to learn Illustrator also. Do graphic designers use Photoshop? Photoshop is one of the go-to tools that designers use to manipulate photos and create graphics. It contains many features for photos such as cropping, editing, color correction, right, and resizing. The Photoshop mostly we use. So designers can also create and edit graphics in Photoshop. See, someone right. So that is the reason mostly the people use these two programs. Suppose illustrators, Adobe Illustrator, mostly they use designers. So designers means graphic designers, web designers, mostly they prefer this program, because when you use Illustrator now, you will get the vectorization. So because of the vectorization, mostly designers, they love the Adobe Illustrator. And Photoshop is artists. So mostly artists, that is the reason we are using Photoshop for digital painting, right? For digital painting and concept arts and character designs, mostly artists, they use Photoshop. But even though Photoshop used for graphic design and web design also, but mostly people, artist people, they love and use this program, right? So this is the main the difference between Adobe Photoshop and Adobe Illustrator, right? So this is raster and vector. So now let us check that program. Suppose, see, this is my Adobe Illustrator, already opened this. See here, this is the start page. So there they create new, or otherwise open, if you have any open files are there already. So these are already your work documents. If you have anything, they display here, right? By clicking on that, you will open that file, right? So this is the start page, and you can create. Suppose here I'm creating a new, just I'm clicking on that, right? See, a document, now it's opened a new document, right? Same like Photoshop, here we have recent, saved, mobile, web, print, film and video, art and illustration. So these are what the category of the template. Suppose if you have any recent files, you open from here, or otherwise any saved items are there, open that. For mobile, suppose, see, for mobile the user experience design, so there they use the mobile the screen sizes. These are the default sizes. So people, web designers, mostly user experience people, they use these, right? And for web designers, the ready-made templates are there. So these are the popular templates. So you can open, click on that and open, or otherwise you can create your own, give the settings, right? And this is print. So mostly our people, we use, means the graphic designers, the different sizes are there. So here we have already A size papers, B size papers, already explained papers. So right, and film and video. The film and video means what? And suppose in the Premiere Pro, they use their settings. Suppose their different sizes are there. So for that, if you want to add any text or any images within that the screen size, you can open here, right? Or for art and illustration, so artist people, for vectorization, for vector art uses, we use these settings, right? Okay, so click on the print, right? So I'm taking A4 for time being, just A4. Here if you observe here, see there is a untitled, so give that name. Suppose example, I'm giving them example, right? Here see, width and height, same like in Photoshop. Here showing options, what the settings are: points, picas, inches, millimeters, centimeters and pixels, right? So we know very well about inches, so just click on that. So A4 size means, if you check in inches, the file is 8.268, right, by something 11.693, right? So keep that. So this is orientation. The orientation means a page, the display, how you want, vertically or horizontally, you can decide, right? So artboards, this is new for you. So in Photoshop, actually they introduced in recent versions artboards, but actually they taken from Adobe Illustrator. So about artboards, I'll explain. Artboard is nothing but your pages. So now I'm using only one artboard, right? So here bleed area, see this bleed area is what? The trimming area. So trimming area means in the cutting marks. In Photoshop manually we added the cutting marks. suppose at business card we are using 3.5 by 2 inches. So more than that, some extra space we used. That is what bleed area. But here in default they are giving that bleed 0, right? If you want to add, you can click here and you can add that. So for timing I'm not using that. So in advanced options, so here what, because we already using print option, so it is must be in CMYK color, and effects are 300 resolution, that is 300 resolution. The previewing mode, so we have different preview modes are there, default, pixel and overprint, right? So keep this in default only, and suppose create. Yes, so this is what your actual the program inside interface. So for that I want to show one thing, because I'm using our last the lockdown time already explained all these lessons to your senior batch people 2020, the last summer, right? So from that again I'm explaining you. Yeah, check this. Suppose what, this is your user interface. See there, they're displaying left side. These are all tools. Tools generally what, to work and to combine to create something, we use these tools, right? And the top there, this is what the first line is menu bar. Generally for any software, that is the menu bar. In menu bar again file is there, edit and object, type, select, effect, view, window, help. See, window and help, these are very common for any software, right? So don't bother about these things, these are very common. And file and edit also very common, right? We are simplifying things. In Photoshop also these things are there, and Photoshop also these are there, right? And the type also there in Photoshop, right? And effects also there, right? Effects means there what, filters, right? Here view also there. So 1 2 3 4 5, these are very common, right? And the type also. And the new thing is object. We have to focus on this. This is very, very important. When you create anything on your artboard, to give any edits or otherwise any effects, mostly we use from object, right? Object menu. So we focus on that. And just below the menu bar we have this control panel, otherwise you can say an optional bar also. We use the name optional bar in Photoshop. So the name is changed here, control panel, to control your tools. So you click on any tool, about that tool we'll get some controls here, right? So this right side we have panels. Same panels are there in Photoshop, right side, right? Suppose here you click on that, your panels are extending, right? Opening, or otherwise again just you can click on that arrow mark, is going inside, right? And this side here we have properties, all the properties about the tools, the properties will get, right? And this is what, status bar. Status bar means here, this is, see here it is showing 50% enlargement. We are seeing this document in 50% enlargement. Suppose the percentage value is there, give as per your requirement, automatically that will display, right? Okay. And see here, this is what, your artboard. So present I'm using only one artboard, so it is showing artboard 1, right? And see here, it is telling what, a selection. Suppose see, already I'm using this a selection tool, right? Suppose if I click at the other tool, observe here, suppose I'm using this tool, so it is showing what, direct selection tool. So about that tool you'll get the information which tool you are using present, right? So that is it. So and here there is a workspace switcher, this corner, that means here the top, the right here, see this, we have options, automation, essentials, classic, layout, painting, printing and proofing, tracing, typography, web, start. So these are, what are these? So suppose see, the different people like Photoshop, Photoshop use all the designers and digital painting artists and photographers, right? The same way Illustrator also, these different category, different professionals, they use this Illustrator, right? Suppose they click on layout, see they display the layout workspace. So at the same way, if I use this printing and proofing, right, so that related information related the properties panels that display. So to simplify their work, so the work display is showing differently. And for tracing, right, for tracing the artists, they use the tracing purpose, right? And suppose here painting, suppose you want to use your Illustrator for painting. Painting means here vector painting, so displaying colors, swatches, palettes are there, right? So that is the reason here we are using Essential Classic. So this is a common display workspace for all, right? So what I am doing, first we'll check about the tools, right? See, so I want to first reduce this page. Page means here what? Artboard. So it is artboard. The white page, it is showing what? We say it is a artboard. So to enlarge this, I am using Alt on keyboard. I am using Alt on keyboard, right? Press Alt, and with middle scroll you can push your wheel, right? So you are automatically getting that. And suppose another shortcut, by pressing Control on keyboard, Control and minus on keyboard, see you are reducing your artboard. And suppose enlarge your artboard, again press Control and plus on keyboard, Control and plus, right? So these are the shortcuts. And suppose this is H, hand tool, so we are horizontally and vertically moving your artboard, right? First check the tools. See, because it is Adobe program, some shortcuts and some tools have same similarity, right? See, I'm moving that cursor there, it is showing what? Selection tool. So selection tool, suppose here I'm creating one box. First I have to understand about this. Suppose it, keep this side. See, inside a white color is filled, right? The default white color filled. This is what? Fill color, and here it is stroke. So the both are displaying here, and in at control panel, check here, the white and black, they are showing. At the same time in properties, see here the three areas that is showing, right? Suppose if I want to change color, I am deselecting and select with this selection tool, that is shortcut is V, right? And click here and choose your color, right? Say OK, right? You change this color. And suppose zoom this, see there is a outline showing black. So I want to change this outline also. Suppose here click on that, double click and choose your color. I'm using green. See, that means what? This fill color we use for filling inside colors, and this is for outlines. Suppose see, there is here showing some arrow mark here, right? Swap, fill and strike color. Suppose if I click on that, it's changing ulta. See, first we have to select this one. After selecting, you use this. See, now outline green is become fill color, and fill color is changed into outline. So this is right, and I'm using Alt to reduce this artboard. Just keep here. Now see, so see there, here it is showing this is what path and this is what our anchor point, right? Suppose this is your path. See this is your anchor point and this is your path, right? So with selection tool you can select your objects and move, same like in Photoshop. Then the shortcut is V. That another is direct selection tool and group selection tool. So direct selection tool shortcut is what? A. So deselect this first. Yeah, deselected. And suppose with the direct selection tool, select one anchor point. See, I selected this, right? Now change that anchor point anywhere you want. You can edit that. So when you create your logos and all, this is very helpful, right? And suppose now this side, the right side, I'm selecting this anchor point and give the shape actually how you want. And sometimes what I want to select these 2 points at a time. So select this 2 point. How I'm selecting? By pressing 1 point and with shift select other point, right? That is one way. And by dragging these 2 point you can select. After selecting what? You can reduce and enlarge. Right. So that is what by 1, 2, 3, 4 anchor point we created. With this 4 anchor point we created this shape and this is path. Right. The next here, the other one is the group selection tool. So what is that? It is new actually. Suppose I'm deleting this and I'm creating one box here, so another box, right? Another one, another one, another one. See, drag and select all. Suppose one, and with shift you can select all, or otherwise by dragging and selecting you are combining all, right? After that right click on that and there, see there is a group, right? Group option is there, or otherwise from object. See there, from menu bar, from object, the group is there, Control G, right? You can use that shortcut. Now see, this is grouped, right? Suppose this is already grouped. I want to select one portion, one object within that group, right? With the selection tool, I want to select this only object, or otherwise this. I want to select this, suppose. But all are selecting. But I want only one portion, one object, right? Because it is grouped with selection tool. It is selecting whole 5 objects. So you cannot select by individual portions, right? So we use this group selection tool. By clicking this group selection tool, just you select one portion within group. See, one object, any one object, right? That is the benefit. And again, if you select with the selection tool, See, again they are in group, right? So this is very useful, the group selection tool. Sometimes what we use, suppose within that group if you want to separate one portion, and if you want to fill color for particular area, particular object, now this is very helpful, right? When you use in real-time that assignments, we use that tool. And suppose here, see, the other one is magic wand tool. This is already the tool is there in Photoshop. So what is magic wand tool? First I want to ungroup this, so right click and ungroup, or otherwise from object and suppose ungroup, so ungrouped, right? Good. So here what I'm doing, so I delete this, delete, right? I want to duplicate this. Suppose, see how to duplicate. It's Control C, Control V, Control C and Control V, right? This is one method. And suppose Control C, Control Shift V is there for paste in place. That is also, we know that. And suppose by pressing Alt on keyboard, you get the duplicate of that. See, that is the smart guides are showing that alignment, right? Yes, and again select these two and press Alt, and I'm taking one more duplicate and one more duplicate, right? Suppose here, see, I want to use different colors. Suppose here I'm using different colors. Yes, green with red lines and red with green lines, right? See, I'm using this magic wand tool. Just click on that. See, click on that. So you selected these portions because it is matching green and red. So I want to use the black. Alright, black. Now I'll use this magic wand tool and click on that, right? And suppose, see, yes, see this a few portions, these red outlines. Yeah, because it has a red outline, I'm changing this outline also because it is matching. Instead of that red, I want to use suppose, yes, black, right? Now I'll select this. Now see, if you double click on that tool, see here it is showing that tolerance value, fill color and tolerance value, these boxes are selecting. See, and suppose if I click on the red one, see, because the tolerance value is 19 here the tolerance value is different, right? The fill color, with the same fill color it is selecting, right? Because the fill color is here same, here the fill color is different, but the tolerance value is different here and here, so that is the reason it is taking into that, right? Suppose if I give what I do, stroke color, yes, do stroke color, yes, alright. Now see this, double click on that, the stroke color, the same stroke color and the tolerance value it is matching. So these three and this box, 4 boxes are changing because the tolerance value is different here, right? And suppose here again you click on this, so we can see, because here it is matching with the same color, right? And it's taking into the tolerance also, right? So with this magic wand tool, by choosing your options, they will select. So the purpose is, sometimes on tree different leaves are there, dark green leaves, light green leaves are there. So you want to fill colors at a time for all the dark green. By selecting this magic wand tool, at a time you fill all dark green leaves. Then by selecting light green leaves with this magic wand tool, at a time you fill colors, right? That is the actual purpose. And here suppose see one time I'm selecting here, so we are getting these boxes. See, I want to enlarge and reduce this. How to do that? Suppose I'm not applying shift or control on keyboard. See, the arrow mark is, always use your enlarge and reductions from corners only, from any corner, from here, there, or here. So don't do this, because horizontally you will get, or vertically you will get that shape, right? So I want proportionately. See, it is giving proportionately enlargement or reduction. The smart guide is displaying when it is coming into center. See, my hand pressure I'm giving bit right side, it is changing into horizontal. Suppose vertically I'm moving my hand, so it is giving that. To avoid that, so proportionately I want that selection. So on keyboard use shift. See, now even I'm trying to get horizontally, but it is not giving. So here on keyboard I'm using shift, right? But if you observe this, your enlargement, this area it is fixing, and the other sides it is giving enlargement. The down portion it is fixing. Suppose this side, now this side I'm using, see this, now this portion is fixing, the other 3 portion is enlarging, right? And now this side I'm enlarging, the top right side it is fixed. So we want proportionately enlargement or reduction. So then how to do? On keyboard I'm using Alt and Shift at a time. Alt and Shift use on keyboard, and now you reduce and enlarge. See, proportionately, perfectly, you are equally 4 sides you are reducing your shape or enlarging. So that is very, very important, right? Right. After that, after one selection, you are selecting that, and again give that selection, and suppose again I am giving selection, and here if you observe there is a rotation marks are there. So that means what? You can rotate your shape. Control Z and Control Z. Yes. Now come to this one. So this is what? Lasso tool. So lasso tool what? Individually portions from your shapes you select. Suppose this is one, and I'm using Alt. This is another one, this is another one, another one, another one. By pressing Alt I'm getting copies, right? See this. This is what? A lasso tool. By using this lasso tool, see, with the free hand, like we use pencil or pen on paper, see, individually you can draw around the object nicely. You can draw around the object and select. After selecting, what you move that how you want, actually what you want to do with that, right? So this is for selecting portions, individual portions from the shapes or images. So you delete this, come to your pen tool. So pen tool is really very important, right? So you must get control on pen tool, because with pen tool only we create logos, shapes, patterns, all the vectors, right? Designing, every design, each design we use with the pen tool only. See, we used already in Photoshop, right? Check again, pen tool and add anchor point tool is there, delete anchor point tool is there, and anchor point tool is there, right? So I'm taking this pen tool and the shortcut is P, because it is Adobe program. The same shortcut they are using, right? See that one click means that anchor point, see, this is path, see, showing path, right? And here it is giving that the preview, and see, wherever I'm moving my cursor, it is showing alignment, because my smart guides are already switched on. So smart guides, suppose the from a view will get, so see, this is the smart guides. So I'm using the smart guides to get the alignment. See, yes. So here I don't want red fill. Suppose, see, I want outline only. That yellow I don't want. Suppose I don't want to fill at this time. So click on that yellow, and there is a red mark is there. Just click on that. Now only outline is displaying. See. So you must connect two lines, because without connecting these two lines you cannot fill colors. Just click on that. Fantastic. So now see, this is your the whole shape. Just click on that, unselected, and select again, and now fill color. So double click on that and choose your color. See, okay, right? So keep this side. Now I want to make curves with the pen tool. So again, give one click, and same like in Photoshop. So before that, give that point, anchor point, and don't release your left mouse. Don't release your left mouse, but give click, don't release, and move your wrist, left side, right side, top, bottom. You move your wrist with the mouse. See, perfect. So you can decide which shape how you want, actually, right? Again it is giving that color. I don't want color, right? Now see, because I gave this curve, so next move also it is understanding what curve. So but here I want a straight line. So what to do for straight line? Again, press Alt on keyboard, press Alt and keyboard. Now see, your cursor is changing to that V shape, right? Just give the one click. Now your pen is starting at that point, right? Yes. And again here I want again curve. Give one click and don't release your hand, and suppose you connect with the first anchor point. 2 points must join. Yes, perfect. And give you a color. See this. Keep this side. See, again I'm giving a one more shape. This is right. And now what I'm doing, because already a red outline is there, but see, I'm removing this stroke also. See, sometimes what will happen, you already drew one line, but because of the fill and outline switched off, so you are not able to see your lines on artboard because the both options are switched off. So that case, what you want to do, so you just drag and select. You will understand where is your shape actually. See, because here the inside fill and outline is there, so the visibility is there, but here the both are off, so you cannot see these. So how to see that? You can drag around that one selection and you will understand, oh, my object is there. Then immediately give any outline. Suppose here I am giving a black, right? Suppose sometimes, see, even though I applied, but it is not taking. So again you give that color. Yes, now see, it is applied. Right? So keep this side. Yes, keep this side. Inside we have add anchor point tool. So with add anchor point tool, we add anchor points. Suppose this I want. Add anchor point tool. Suppose there is a particular reason, purpose is there. You want to create one kind of particular shape. So there really you want one anchor point on path. On path we are creating anchor point. So with this add anchor point tool, give anchor point. See, now on path you created one anchor point. Perfect. With anchor point, around that already there are handles created, right? The both side handles. Yes. Suppose in Photoshop, after adding add anchor point tool, immediately you can use these handles. But here, after adding anchor point, you must have to use this direct selection tool to control your handles. This is the tools. There is a second tool, direct selection tool. This is very useful when you want to control your anchor points. See, both the handlers. Or otherwise select that only anchor point and you can enlarge and reduce, push or pull any side, right? Perfect. Or otherwise only handlers. So this direct selection tool, the shortcut is A. This is very, very useful. Very good. Next, under this, delete anchor point is there, right? The other anchor point is deleting, right? In case, suppose you created one shape, beautiful shape you created, but your path is, suppose looking something, looking some zigzagness is creating, because when you apply the more points, what will happen? Suppose this, I'm adding points, and here suppose to build that particular shape, unnecessarily sometimes I'll add these points, right? Then after that you will understand what. So because of these unnecessary points, the smoothness, you are missing the smooth curve. So immediately you have to delete that unnecessary points. How to delete that? Suppose select this entire path and we use delete anchor point tool, right? With that, because see, this point, this point, this point, this point, this point is unnecessary points, because from here to here the shape is smooth shape we are expecting. From here to here, the direct here to here we are expecting smooth. So because of this points, it is unnecessary zigzagness is creating, so you can remove that. See, when you remove, your path is becoming very smooth. And see here I deleted, and here also I deleted, and suppose this I don't want. Now see your path, this is very nice, right? But sometimes genuinely if you want really one extra point, then only you can add. Otherwise, when you create your shapes with the pen tool, the points, minimum points we have to use, right? Then only we'll get the smooth paths. Yes, the last one is anchor point tool. Is anchor point tool what? Suppose with the direct selection tool, select this point, and say I want to increase this side, but unnecessarily the other side also. Suppose see, I want to push this handle inside, right? But this other side also it is moving. To control that, use this anchor point tool, right? So with this anchor point tool, see, only this will active, the other side it is not active. And suppose here I'm using this, right? So because it is this side it is moving, the other side it is not moving. And one more thing is, suppose see, if you click on this anchor point with this tool, what will happen? Because it is already, it is showing in curve, right? Just click on that. See, your curve is becoming straight line. Suppose here, because see, your cursor, your tool is showing the straight line, so you are getting straight line. So again, straight line, right? Suppose if you observe here in options bar, otherwise control panel, see, there is convert selected anchor points to corner. Here it is what? Convert selected anchor points to smooth. Suppose this anchor point already selected, it is converting into smooth. And again, I'll select this point and I'm applying this convert selected anchor point to smooth. Alright, see, it is smooth anchor points, the curviness is adding. And again, you select that one. Which one? Yes, you select that one, and we use this option, convert selected anchor points to corner. Now check this, it is giving that a straight line. So this way we use these tools, pen tool and anchor point tool, delete anchor point tool and anchor point tool. So so these are the topics, right? We discussed it today, that start page, interface, and before that the difference between the Photoshop and Illustrator, right? We discussed. So other things in the next class we check. And for timing, what to do? If you have software and computers, about desktops or laptops, install this software and practice that. So in Illustrator also we have different assignments are there. I'll explain in coming classes, right? So thank you for everyone.